Club football action don't come back again. Of course, you know, say international break don't come and you don't go. This weekend, club football action go resume for England and the English FA Cup semi-final. Arsenal will play against Southampton. I think Arsenal will travel to Southampton, right? It's not semi-final and a quarter-final. Quarter-final rather. So Arsenal will travel to Southampton to play against Southampton, the guys from Catholic Church. They call them St. Mary's Boys. And Arsenal, they don't lose the Carabao Cup already to Man City just before the international break. That's on a journey for a treble this season. The dream seems to be over, right? Or you believe so that we win the treble?
Quadruple is over, but treble is still on.
The quadruple is over, but treble is still on still on course.
Absolutely.
Arsenal quarter-final clash against Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium this Saturday. And Arsenal still go for the treble this season. The quadruple dream is dead and buried. Man City made sure of that. But they are still hoping that winning a treble this season is still very possible. Of course, they did the Champions League. They are still topping the EPL table. And they still have a chance of lifting the FA Cup this season. And I have with me here Charlie Chonch and the Arsenal faithful Arsenal supporter. They believe, say, yes, they can still go as far as winning the treble. He said they know they win Carabao Cup because Carabao Cup will dent or spoil their trophy cabinet. And I ask them, what is the most expensive or the biggest trophy they've won in the last 15 years? There is none. So the Carabao Cup would have beautified your trophy cabinet that has been empty for a long time. So, Mr. Charles, welcome today.
Thank
After
you
a long
for
time.
having me.
You're welcome. So what do you have to say? Southampton, Arsenal.
You see, this is one match that I think it came at the right time for Arsenal because
No, wrong time.
no, it came at the right time. I think it came at the
11
right time.
players are injured.
No. The reason why I said it came at the
11
right
players
time.
are injured.
I'll come to that.
Okay.
But the reason why I said it came at the right time is because Arsenal last match that they played was against Man City,
Yes.
where they lost 2-0 in the final.
Scandalously.
Yeah.
I like you to use that word.
Yes.
Use that word. Don't they lost?
No, they lost.
They lost. No. We'll call this program. They lost scandalously.
Okay, they lost according to what you said.
They lost scandalously to Man City.
Yes, they lost scandalously to Man City.
Eh-heh.
So, if you look at the way the whole loss came about, it was so painful.
It was painful now.
It was painful
I thought
because
it's the
nobody
Carabao
wants to see.
Cup.
In as much as the
Okay.
cup is
I like the fact that you're confessing
in as much
now.
as the cup is something that I feel it will not add anything to Arsenal season, either they win it or lose it. But it's a final.
But
So,
if you go the
yes,
season
it's a final.
trophyless,
No, Arsenal cannot go the season trophyless. I think
Okay.
Arsenal will definitely win the EPL. But I'm just looking for Arsenal to win one more trophy, at least one more big trophy, either Champions League or FA Cup. Most especially the Champions League. But that's not why we are here. We are here because of the FA Cup. So now, having lost the Carabao Cup final, so this is the best time for Arsenal to look at their season, how far they've come, and give themselves that target. Okay, we have come this far, and this is the last lap of the season. So this is what we want to achieve. So I think that regrouping after the international break is what they actually needed. That break for them to face that reality back. Because if they had gone on to play immediately after the Carabao Cup, that can actually build more pressure on them. But now they've had enough time to look at what went wrong in the final and to digest the loss. So that's why I said it's the best time to face that Southampton. And one thing about the Southampton side, even while they were in the league, this is one team that always give Arsenal problem. Because I remember when Arsenal was even going for the title, that
was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I think 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons. I can't actually
2
remember.
seasons ago.
Yeah, that they led Arsenal, I think 3-1 or 2-1. That Arsenal were looking for comeback, but we later drew that match
3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. But that draw actually cost us
Title.
the title. It's part of the reason why Arsenal didn't win the title. So this Southampton team against Arsenal, they always put in their best. So I think this is one thing Arsenal should be prepared for, because at this point there is no small thing. Anything on their day can upset you, and I don't think Arsenal want to be in that bracket where a team will just come and upset them. So about the injuries, yes, there are a lot of doubts coming into this game, but I think most of those injuries that people think, okay, this player is injured, is more of a precautionary stuff. So it's not. Yes.
That's what I've been waiting for. I want you to calm down now.
Yes.
Precautionary stuff.
Yes.
That the English man is the back them up.
No.
But the thing we say, Now agreement between Arteta and the boys.
Yes. No, the thing is, yes. Let me tell you.
Those ones are waiting for the
at
national
this
break, they
time,
not
wait,
play.
wait. At this time of the season,
Because now for flat they get injury.
no, at this time of the season, even the national team coach would not want to risk some key players in their team. Let me use Saka and Declan Rice for an example.
Okay.
Thomas Tuchel will not want to risk Saka and Declan Rice to play just an ordinary friendly that will not add anything. Because you know definitely these guys, when they go back to their club side, they are playing week in, week out. They are playing every 3 days. So because you want to play them in a friendly where it's not as if you are still auditioning them to see if these boys will be part of your team. You definitely know Saka and Declan Rice. They are not just part of your team. They are your first 11 players. Like when it comes to players that will start the game, these are two players that you name in your first 11. So this is not a time for coaches like that to take risk on those players. So it's better for you to allow them have that rest, because you know when they go back to their club side, they will have a lot of games to cover up. So, like I said, most of those injuries, they are precautions. They don't want a situation where they will go and play those friendlies and sustain more injuries. And against a Southampton side that I feel will be going all for this game because they will be playing at home. So I think Arsenal will still be able to rest some key players. But no matter what, because Arsenal has a very strong depth, no matter what, they will still feed in players that are good enough to beat Southampton. So I think it's going to be a very tough game because Southampton at their home and even in the EPL, they are doing very, very well.
I think they're in the championship, not EPL.
In the championship, rather. So they are doing very, very well in the championship. I think they are almost close to going to playoff also. So these are teams that on their day, they can upset you. And I don't think Arsenal will be ready to face that upset. So Arteta, this is a very big call. Please try and win that game because you don't want to lose back to back because it will put more pressure on the players. So I think Arsenal will win the game.
I think Arsenal will win the game.
Yeah.
So don't hear from Mr. Charles. The issue really they get about the injury, the inconsistent injury fears in the team, as much as 9 players coming back from international break with injuries, according to him, now precautionary measures. But all of us know some agreements between the club, coach, and the players. And I'm going to put them on the spot here. Quick one. Southampton Arsenal English FA Cup quarter-final game, St. Mary's Stadium this weekend. What's the final score prediction?
I think Southampton will score because I know Kepa will be the one in the goalpost. And I know a lot of players will be rested for the Champions League game against Sporting, considering we are going away to play. So a lot of players will be rested. But aside that too, I think we'll still have a very good, strong squad to play that game. So I'll be going for 3-1 in favor of Arsenal.
3-1 in favor of Arsenal.
Absolutely.
3-1 in favor of Arsenal. Mr. Charles, don't talk. 3-1 Arsenal to win the quarter-final game against Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium this weekend. And Arsenal bounce back from their very, 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 very troublesome loss to Man City. Because you know what they've been going for this season, the quadruple. They're going for all titles. What they lost scandalously to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. 2 unreplied goals. And Arsenal, if they can come back to win Southampton in the quarter-final FA Cup game, go a long way in boosting their morale, going into the Champions League game against Sporting Lisbon and going on to win their first EPL title in 24 years. Can Arsenal bounce back this weekend? We don't know, but find out. To make sure to drop your own prediction in the comment section. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. God bless you as you do so.